Okay, the players have begun queuing up. So hopefully we can get this show on the road. And the game is beginning. All right. So welcome to Game 1 of the Airmech Weekend 1v1 Tournament 01. This is a game on Salt between Killer752 on the left side in a Lexi Striker and ProProProPro, probably the best player in the world, definitely in the top 2 on the right side in Carbon Color in an Alien Bomber. Alien being a Raven alt. So we see fairly standard openings for these players. Overkill bearing over Longhorns and a T99 to take their outpost, and Killer752 almost getting dangerously close there, not bearing over anything. They've instead surrounded their fort with levelers. Now they're firing in, trying to take that outpost. ProProProPro way ahead of them, working on killing these neutrals. Killer752 is going to take out that last Longhorn, so slightly more XP out of that for ProProProPro, and ProProProPro going for... Wait, both players going for the level up ability. I wasn't even aware that that was a commonly gone for ability. Killer752, no power sword yet. Both players moving, actually not a whole lot of movement on mid for Killer752 yet, but ProProProPro moving some tanks up to take the middle outpost on Salt. That Seeker at 75 HP is going to bug me. Killer752 now moving up with some Longhorns of their own. They're not even in range of the outpost. They took out one of the neutral Longhorns, but nothing else. And now moving them down to take out the neutral Seeker and Longhorn below the outpost. Interesting. Killer752 going down to ProProProPro there. ProProPro now going to be able to bomb these Longhorns to death. It's still another 3 seconds before Killer752 respawns. So both of those Longhorns have gone down. ProProProPro not going to be able to do any more damage, but that's still like 12,000 credits down the drain for Killer752, which is obviously not great. ProProProPro still not taking this outpost. These neutral jackals are causing them issue. ProProProPro now working on killing the neutrals at the mid for the XP. Killer752 going to try and take down that Longhorn, but there might have been some damage fall off. I don't know. That didn't look like Killer752 was doing. Can't talk. Was doing full damage there. Killer752 almost going down, but does manage to get away there. Killer752 now moving in with some tanks just towards the bottom of the middle. Middle outpost is still contested somehow. I'm not sure how that is. ProProProPro ending that contestation, is that a word? I don't think it is. But, rendering that outpost uncontested between them. Still some neutrals that haven't been killed. Killer752 doing a scat out on ProProProPro's outpost. Now, moving back, going to take out some of these neutrals for the XP. ProProPro trying to do the same. Contention. Yeah, contention. That's the word. Thanks, Cassie Rose. Okay, Killer752 putting down an Archie, trying to do what damage they can. There are a couple of rations there, so it will take a while for only one Archie to do a whole lot of damage. Meanwhile, ProProProPro has neutralized Killer752's close outpost, and Killer does grab the box. So that's 6,000 credits, about one tank worth of credits for Killer752. Credits that they need, because they are now upkeep locked. They cannot build any more units. Well, now they can. They've retaken their bottom outpost. Moving in with a couple of tanks. Is this a fort drop? I think Killer's doing a fort drop here. Yes, this is indeed a fort drop. However, Longhorn's not very high DPS units. This is going to take a while. If I were Killer752, I would have done a drop with Jackals instead. When doing fort drops at the corners, what you want is higher DPS units rather than higher piercing units, because they're probably going to do full damage due to the corners having less armor. ProProProPro has pushed out. Killer752 getting some tanks out, but they don't have anything yet. They're not able to do a whole lot of damage to these units. Their middle outpost has been taken again, and they've only got 2 tanks down. They don't have any seekers down. This push, ProProProPro should be able to take out the defending Longhorn without much trouble. Some repositioning being done. Okay, so ProProProPro moving instead to secure this outpost. These rebels are moving so slowly. Okay, so looks like ProProProPro doesn't want to do the fort push just yet. He did let about 1,800 credits worth of stuff die at the fort. However, I don't think he wants to make the big push yet. I think what he wants to do is more focus Killer's attention back to the fortress so that ProProProPro can make a play on Killer752's forward outpost, which they still control. Well, I'm confused there. Killer just dropped a lockbox. Why are they... What is with this? Okay, now ProProProPro dropping the lockbox, and that's actually messing with the pathing. A couple of rebels messing around at the back of Killer752's fortress. Okay, so Killer is either doing a T push or a Y push. If it's a T push, it's to ProPro's close outpost. Now Killer's moving all of their... ProProPro's moving all their forces back to defend. 3 Archies putting some good fire in on ProProPro's forward. However, they're getting taken out by a Longhorn now. Killer752's working on retaking their forward outpost. Not a whole lot going on now. That push has been completely cleaned up. Hardly did anything. ProProPro's got a lockbox. Not a lunchbox down. So, and now Killer752's just idling. They're like, what? Yeah. So now their only hope is to quickly. Okay. No, they don't have any hope. This game is over. Hate to be the buzzkill, but it's going to end, if nothing else, by domination damage. The damage is already going down on Killer752's fortress. ProProPro's pushing forward. Killer752's going to try to neutralize this outpost, but even if they do, ProProPro's moving 74 upkeep against them, and Killer only has 26 upkeep defending, and like 4 of that upkeep is in levelers. I can't remember the exact upkeep values for levelers, but I believe it's greater than 1. And so they're outnumbered. This game is over. Killer752's they're only level 9. They only have 1 level into the missiles. Longhorn are moving in. Looks like they're not on a full-on wide path yet. They're instead on either a command mode or some. I see an auto deploy out of Killer's close outpost, now controlled by ProProPro. I see an auto deploy, but I don't think that there's any V path, so I think this is all command mode. Maybe it's been set to Y now. So, yeah, all the damage is coming in. This game is over. Congratulations to ProProProPro for this victory, and commiserations to Killer752. Better luck next time. And here we go. There we go. And my energy at 0 refuel. Okay. So, GG there. I do believe these are best of 1, so Killer752 has been eliminated from the event, and ProProProPro will be moving on to the semifinals.